This is a classic story with an Orpheus theme. Uh, it's called Daughter of the Sun. In this tale, Daughter of the Sun is an old woman with a grown daughter and human emotions. All right. The sun lived on the other side of the sky vault, but her daughter lived in the middle of the sky, directly above the earth. Every day, as the sun was climbing along the sky arch in the west, she used to stop at her daughter's house for dinner. The sun, the old sun, hated the people of the earth because they never looked straight at her without squinting. She said to her brother, the moon, "My grandchildren are ugly. They screw up their faces whenever they see me." But the moon said, "I like my younger brothers. I think that they are handsome." This was because they always smiled at the moon's mild glow in the night sky. The sun was jealous of the moon's popularity and decided to kill all the people. Every day, when she got near her daughter's house, she sent down such intense heat that fever broke out and many people died. When everyone had lost someone near and dear to them, and it seemed that no one would be spared, the human beings went for help to the little men. These little men, who were friendly spirits, said that the only way that people could save themselves was to kill the sun. The friendly spirits made great medicine to change two humans into snakes, the spreading adder and the copperhead, so they could hide near the sun's daughter's door and then bite the old sun. The snakes went up to the sky and lay in wait until the sun arrived for dinner. But when the spreading adder was about to spring, her bright light blinded him, and he could only spit out yellow slime, as he does to this very day when he tries to bite. The sun called him a nasty thing, and then went into her daughter's house. And the copperhead snake was so discouraged that he crawled off without trying to do anything. The people were still dying from the terrible heat, so they went a second time to the little men, the friendly spirits, for assistance. Again, the friendly spirits made great medicine and changed one man into the great Ukatani, the water monster, and another man into a rattlesnake. As they had done before, the serpents had instructions to kill the old sun when she stopped at her daughter's house. Utena, the water snake, was large and fierce, with horns on his head, and everyone thought that he was sure to succeed. But the rattlesnake was so eager that he raced ahead and coiled up just outside the great house. When the sun's daughter opened the door to look for her mother, the rattlesnake struck, and she fell dead in the doorway. Forgetting to wait for the old sun, the rattlesnake went back to the people, and Utena, the water monster, was so angry at the rattlesnake's stupidity that he also returned. Since that time, the Cherokee people pray to the rattlesnake and don't kill him, because he wishes people well and never tries to bite anyone unless we disturb him. Utena, the water monster, grew angrier and more dangerous. He became so venomous that if he even looked at a human being, the person's entire family would die. Eventually, the people held a council and decided that Utena, the water monster, was just too dangerous, so they sent him away to the end of the world, where he still lives today. When the sun found her daughter dead, she shut herself up in the great house and grieved and grieved. Now the people were no longer dying from the heat, but they lived in darkness. Once more they sought help from the friendly spirits, the little men, who said that in order to coax the sun out, they must bring her daughter back from the ghost country, which lies in the darkening land in the west. The people chose 7 men to make the journey. The little men, the friendly spirits, told the 7 men to take a box and told each to carry a sourwood rod an arm's length long. When they got to the ghost country, the friendly spirits explained they would find all the ghosts at a dance. They should stand outside the great circle, and when the sun's daughter danced past them, they must strike her with the rods, and she would fall to the ground. Then they could put her inside the box and bring her back to her mother. But they must not open the box, not even a crack, until they arrived home. The 7 men took the rods and the box and traveled west for 7 days until they came to the darkening land. There they found a great crowd of ghosts having a dance, just as if they were alive. The sun's daughter was in the outside circle, and as she danced past them, one of the 7 men struck her with his rod. As she swung around a second time, another touched her with his rod, and then another, and another, until at the 7th round she fell out of the great circle. Then the men put her into the box and closed the lid, and the other ghosts never seemed to notice what was happening. The 7 men took up the box and started home towards the east. In a while, the sun's daughter came to life again and begged to be let out of the box, but the 7 men went on without answering her. Soon she called out again and said that she was hungry, but the 7 men did not reply. When at last the group was very near home, the daughter of the sun cried that she was smothering and begged the 7 men to raise the lid of the box just a little bit. Now the 7 men were afraid that the daughter of the sun was really dying. So they cracked the lid of the box open just a little bit to give her some air. Then there was a fluttering sound, and something flew past them and into the bushes. Then the 7 men heard a red bird's cry. Shutting the lid, they went on again. But when they arrived at the settlements and opened the box, it was empty. Now, because of these 7 men, we now know that the red bird is the daughter of the sun. And if they had kept the box closed, as the friendly spirits, the little men, had told them to, they could have brought her home safely. And today, we would be able to recover our friends and loved ones from the ghost country. But because the 7 men opened the box, we can never bring people back from the dead. The sun had been very hopeful when the 7 men started off for the darkening land. But when they came back without her daughter, she wept and wept until her tears caused a great flood. Fearing that the world would be drowned and washed away, the people held another great council and decided to send their handsomest young men and women to amuse the sun, end her grief, and stop her from crying. This group of handsome young people danced before her and sang their finest songs. But for a long time, the sun wept and kept her face bowed and paid no attention to this handsome group of young people. At last, when the drummer suddenly changed the song, the sun looked up and was so pleased at the sight of these beautiful young people that the sun forgot her grief and smiled down upon the people. All right, this Cherokee tale was preserved for posterity.